Welcome back to Absolutely PlayStation and Steam Gamers. My name is Benny, that is Dylan, and today we're going to be talking about Midnight Suns, the game that everyone loves and hates at the same time, and how it's now been pushed back. So, a little caveat, I am a part of the Midnight Suns promotional team. They invited me to be on it when they first showed me the gameplay. Just so you guys know, I am a part of that. Dylan technically is not, but I just want everyone to know up front, being truly honest, that I have promotional stuff from them back there. Like nice. next to Avengers.
I want some promotional stuff. Where's my?
Have I ever showed you this event? I've ever showed you my Avengers box. I'll show you. I'll show you after this. I'll show you after this. Cool. Okay. All right. Anyway, so it got pushed back like 6 months. How do you feel about them pushing back this game?
I feel the same way I feel with every delay nowadays, which is good. Like
yeah.
I don't care to take part in the conspiracy theories of like, oh, if a game gets delayed, that means it's dead on arrival. Like it's gonna be horrible. I don't feel the need to do that. Just because it's like, there's a million things that could cause the delay in a game. Like also Endwalker just got delayed by 2 weeks, and it's just more and more delays are happening, but I think it's just a reflection of the industry not wanting to force their devs to crunch, and like the movement of that, where like a lot of companies are doing 4-day work weeks now, and like obviously that is not going to come with the caveat of you get Friday off now, but we're gonna take Friday and shove it into the rest of the week. It's just we just work 8 hours less per week now, which is, so games are going to take longer. But that's fine. If people, the utopia that we live in is that people have jobs that can satisfy their bills and makes them happy without sacrificing mental strain or, social lives or whatever. So I don't see a problem with this.
I don't either. As a matter of fact, I was just watching a thing, speaking of people sacrificing their social lives, I forget what it's called now, but there's a term in China for people who work 12-hour days, 6 days a week, straight. And this woman was explaining how she just doesn't have any kind of a life, and she's running into the ground and stuff like that. So to see us taking it and trying to get out of the crunch mentality I think is a great idea. Also, for me, I don't know why people are freaking out. One, this game has gotten a weird mixed reaction because they promoted it as being XCOM, but then they showed RNG with the cards. Maybe they're fixing that. Maybe they're trying to make it more. But even if they're not, maybe if it's just the game that is planned, I'm fine with them taking time to make this game perfect, or as close as we're going to get to perfection. It's not like I don't have games to play. I have so many games to play. I have an Xbox loaded up and a PlayStation, and I'm like, I cannot wait for the holidays so I could play these things. So I don't know why everyone's kind of freaking out about the pushback, and you're getting a lot of backlash, like, oh, fix the card system. I don't think that to fix anything. The game is trying to be its own thing, which I'm excited for. Roguelike, card-like, XCOM-style gameplay. As long as they don't cash shop the cards, we're good. Like, as long as that's all in-game stuff, we're good. But I agree with you. I 100% want this game to be delayed if it needs to be delayed. Don't crunch to meet a deadline just to throw it on the mix of all these other games coming out. Just get a good game. Get something that when it comes out, I get hooked into. Not something that comes out and I go, it was fun until this bug, and then fun until this bug, and then fun until this bug, and then fun until this bug. You know what I'm saying? Because that's kind of what ends up happening on loop at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's like, I think more and more, especially with Marvel stuff, like after Avengers, which I don't know. You could argue that people have taken learned lessons from that, or maybe there's someone on high who is like, make sure your game doesn't come out in the state that game did, because they're still recovering over a year later. And then it's not just Avengers, but I'm just like those are both Marvel properties. That's something that like people don't. I think gamers are tired of buying something that isn't finished. And I think developers are now getting to a point where they have some bargaining with their publishers, where they're like, hey, this is what our player base wants. can you allot us the time to do that?
Right.
And it's possible, like, that original deadline wasn't one that the devs ever wanted, and now they have the one that they did. And this isn't a delay so much as they finally got what they were fighting for, which was their original, like, time estimate. And who knows what that is. Like, 6 months is a pretty big pushback. But, I mean, I'm not a dev. I don't know I don't think they could drastically change the game in 6 months. They could definitely do a lot, but, you know, who knows what they're going to work on. Again, with any decisions like this, I always would love to just be a fly on the wall and just hear everything, all the discussions that go into, you know, making a decision that's pretty big like this. I want to know why, and I don't think we ever will.
No. What is it? Before we close out this topic, I know it's a little bit shorter, but there's not that much to say. It's mostly like, do we like it or not? There was an official statement. Let's read that real quick. On behalf of Firaxis Games, thank you for sharing how excited you are. We decided to share that we've made a tough decision to move our launch window to the second half of 2022. We know fans are looking forward to playing the game next spring. The decision did not come lightly. We decided to push it because we need more time to make it the best game possible. That's all they said.
Yeah, that's your pretty general boilerplate, like, reason for a delay. And that's fine. Like, that's all I really need to hear. Who knows if that's the real reason? But again, what joy are you gonna get in delving into a conspiracy theory that this game is gonna be bad because it got pushed back? There's no reason for that. I mean, like, Avengers Endgame got delayed a year, and that's a great movie. So and who knows why that happened? I don't think they even said why that happened. It just did. But I'm just saying, like, you know, there are plenty of games that have come out that have been delayed, that have turned out to be great. I think, you know, God of War got delayed. God of War Ragnarok, it's not out yet, but, like, I think that got delayed. That's probably going to be great. Endwalker, like I mentioned earlier, just got delayed.
Endwalker.
Yeah, Horizon.
We'll have a discussion about that in a minute. So, well, I hope let us know your opinions down below what you think overall. And just so you know, we are absolutely we're absolutely PlayStation Esteemed Gamers. I'm Benny, that's Dylan. We make too many videos, and I'll see you next time right here.